All right, and for today, I'll be heading over to a street that's a bit of an oddball. It's one that seems to lack any real defining characteristics, although it does feature a sex club. And hey everyone, it is Wednesday, September 13th. The time is 12:30 p.m. and it's about 18 degrees Celsius. I'm here on Wellesley Street. More specifically, this is Wellesley Street East. And there's a number of fare evaders entering the TTC station, walking right on that bus in front of the operator who either didn't notice or didn't care. And that's Wellesley subway station. And that street I'll be heading down here on the east side of downtown is Mutual Street. But first I have to get there, and I'll be walking through the village on my way over to the north end of Mutual Street. From here it should take about 5 or 6 minutes to get there. There's the Sunnybrook Holland Orthopedic and Arthritic Center. Sunnybrook is a major hospital up on Bayview Avenue, north of Midtown. And today has kind of a cool and gloomy and overcast feel to it. We're definitely transitioning into fall from summer. And coming up is the intersection of Church and Wellesley in the heart of the village. And from there I'll head south to Maitland Street. I've walked along Mutual Street where I'm heading in a few videos in the past, but I don't think I've ever featured it before. And a quick search before recording this one revealed just 5 heritage properties on Mutual Street, 4 of which share the same structure. And this is south down the east side of Church. Well, I guess the merchandise lofts, which I'll be passing, is also a heritage building. But I don't think its official address is on Mutual. They might be taking down some of these patios soon. House at Terry's is either renovating or store closing July 29th. That's an overpriced market. And this next street is Maitland, so I'll be making a left here.
It's a lot, but...
this intersection, you have the Church Moose, a Firkin pub, O'Grady's, another pub, and this one, I believe, is called Garage. There's a place called Unholy Donuts. And this is a style of house you see a lot on the east end of downtown. And here we are at the north end of Mutual Street. So I'll be continuing south down the entire length of Mutual. Should be a little under 1.5 kilometers. And it'll take us to Queen Street East. And the first few blocks here, it's a one-way street going southbound only. You've got these older homes on the left, which I would date back to the early 1900s. And large apartment blocks on the right. And coming up on the right is the Church Street Junior Public School. Right at the terminus of Alexander Street here. And you'll see homes like this on Sherburne Street as well. Kind of reminiscent of the Kenny v. Spenny home. But there's a number of new condo projects going up on Mutual. Particularly as we go south, you'll see them. This one, though, isn't so new. In fact, I think that's been there as long as I can remember. It's the Radio City Private Residences. So that's been there for at least 15 years or so. And that would be Jarvis Street, just over there if I'm not mistaken. There's the north end of Maple Leaf Gardens just over there. And I mentioned there's a sex club on Mutual Street. Although according to their website, they define themselves as a water-themed adult private lounge and spa. Whatever that means. We'll be walking past that in a minute. That's the Oasis Aqua Lounge. Someone's throwing out a couch. This is Carlton Street coming up. And there is no marked crossing here. There's the Oasis Aqua Lounge. And from what I was able to gather online, that opened in 2010. And a look west along Carlton. Apparently this is the main entrance. And right behind it used to be a parking lot. And before that, it was a small one-story commercial building, but a condo is springing up. I wonder if the real estate agents are gonna point out that you're right next door to this place. Year-round outdoor heated pool, dry sauna and hot tub, beautiful playrooms, and a dungeon. All right. I think this might be Granby Street. McGill Granby Village, it must be. And you'll notice now it's a northbound one-way street. This building seems to be doomed. And the next street is Gerrard Street. So this will be running through the east end of Toronto Metropolitan University. There's a development notice up. Put a couple of towers on this lot, and that's probably including that building. I wonder if they'll have to preserve the facade or not. That didn't show up on the city's heritage registry when I searched. There's the Sally Horsfall Eaton Center for Studies in Community Health. Someone's got a parking ticket. Last time I came down this way, that sign said Ryerson on it. That was the former name of the university. They've rebranded, but they still had a lot of signs saying Ryerson and not TMU lingering. Maybe they finally got around to fixing them all or updating them. Just over there on the left is 221 Jarvis Street. That takes the shape of an inverted pyramid. Some music blasting in from the courtyard of those university buildings. This building on the left, which I initially thought was an old government building, just based on how hideous it is, but very cool at the same time. It was built in 1971, and that served as the headquarters of Sears Canada. And there was a sky bridge linking it to this building here. It's the old merchandise building. That sky bridge has long since been removed. So this is Gould Street. And this is an old merchandising warehouse that was built between 1910, or rather 1916, and the 1950s in various stages. And it was used by Simpson's department store and later Sears Canada. And in 2000, it was converted into lofts. It was one of the first buildings to take advantage of relaxed zoning laws and undergo a loft conversion. And it has heritage status with both the province and the city. Although it didn't show up on that search I did, as I think it's officially located on Dalhousie Street. And just over there is the intersection of Dundas and Jarvis, where a lot of condos have popped up in recent years. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find an intersection that's changed more in character than that particular one. And here is Dundas Street. Looks like they're in the process of installing streetlights at this intersection. I'll just wait for a break in traffic. And just off in that direction is Dundas Square and the Eaton Center. And here's where there's a number of new developments. This condo, I think, opened about 3 years ago. There's some right next to it, still under construction. There's the Butcher Boutique, World Exquisite Meat. Avril Wu is a multidisciplinary artist and designer based in Toronto. There's someone advertising parking for $10 all day right next to Fillmore's. So this part of town is officially the Garden District, as I'm south of Carlton and north of Queen, and everything in between Sherbourne and Yonge Street. This is Shooter Street. And it looks like the road is closed just up ahead. It should still be open to pedestrians. And these right here are 4 of the heritage buildings. These row homes date back to 1890. There's a lot of new developments going on right here. It's not hard to see why they closed this street to vehicles for this stretch. Oh, here's someone squeaking through. This building just up here on the left is also a heritage building. That's an office building, or it was an office building, going back to the 1800s. Now it is just a facade to be incorporated into a new development. And this is the foot of Mutual Street. So now I need to find my way over to a subway station, head home, maybe pick up some lunch along the way. So this is west on Queen Street East. Why stop at the stop sign when you could roll right through it and block the crossing? Where that cement mixer just turned was where I captured a megabus hitting a BMW and then taking off. I think about 3 weeks ago in a video. There's the Metropolitan United Church.
Good to see you.
And this is Bond Street. So St. Mike's Hospital is just here on the right. You can enter into the hospital there. And we are at Victoria Street, where Queen Street has been closed and will be between here and Bay for the next 4 years or so, as a new subway line is going in, the Ontario line. And Queen and Yonge is just up ahead, and you could pop into the Eaton Center. I'm just going to keep going straight here and head down to the subway station. Getting my phone out so I can tap in. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this one. Starting at Wellesley, walking over to the village, and then south down the entire length of Mutual Street. Then coming over to here at Queen Station. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's a link to a channel membership and my Patreon down in the description. Looks like the subway is making its way up here. And I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. And there is a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. As I awkwardly wait for the train, which I thought would be here by now. All right, thanks guys. Yoink.